Hey guys, this is the Hero Talk podcast. We're here to talk about everything that happened in the news of superheroes. So that being the new TV spots that came out during the Super Bowl, that being just everything superhero news, and then we're gonna go into some review of some superhero TV shows and a superhero movie. So I'm joined here with my co-host Josh. Josh, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? I'm good. I can't wait to talk some superhero stuff. Who watches the Super Bowl for football? Let's talk superhero stuff.
Well, here in Denver, it's a pretty big deal. I didn't even go to school yesterday because no one went to school because there was a Bronco parade, so everyone just ditched. But
Oh yeah, because it's Denver.
yep. And then I'm joined here by the person that was on last week that people said hashtag Team Cris in the comments. Cris, so what's up?
Hashtag Team Cris, man. The squad is here. We're doing good. Glad everyone's showing support in the comments. I did not tell them to do that, I promise, but glad I got some support on my first episode. I'm glad to be, returning. Glad you guys invited me back.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's just dive into this. So there were a few TV spots that came out during the Super Bowl. The Civil War, X-Men Apocalypse, and some Batman v Superman Turkish airline TV spots came out. So let's first talk about the Civil War TV spot. Cris, what did you think about this?
Oh, that was amazing. The only reason I even watched the Super Bowl this year was to get the glimpse of the trailers. I knew we were getting Civil War and didn't know about X-Men or the Turkish Airlines Batman vs Superman, but concerning the Civil War, we got a lot of footage for 30 seconds worth.
Yeah.
I do say.
Yeah, so Josh, what did you think of it?
Oh my God, the Civil War trailer. I complained a tiny bit about the original Super Bowl, the original Civil War trailer. I thought there was problems with the. I thought the line at the end was really good. The Tony, you were my friend, or you know what I'm talking about.
He was like, "Sorry, Tony,
so
but
was I.
he's my friend. So was I."
Yeah, that line is so good. But I thought the music wasn't right in the original trailer.
I
So
like
for
the music.
I loved everything about this Super Bowl trailer. I thought everything was perfect. That one shot of Bucky shooting Iron Man and his Iron Man watch thing, like to do the glove was really awesome. He's like, "Holy shit, you just shot at me? What the hell?" Like that was just awesome. That was cool.
Yeah. The whole like divided we stand, divided we fall thing was really cool. Chanting that in the background, but yeah, it was really cool. I wish it was more than 30 seconds, but a lot of people are talking about. So on Captain America's side, we had 6 heroes. We had Ant-Man. I'm not even going to go through them because I'll forget. And then we had Iron Man's side, and Iron Man only had 5. And the way that the camera worked is it panned out to show Captain America's side, but it didn't pan out to show Iron Man's side. So this leads a lot to believe that standing in front of Black Panther where we couldn't see was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
What do you guys think? Do you think that's a possibility? Would you want that, Cris? What do you thoughts?
I think that's happening. That is Spider-Man.
In that exact scene though.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you think we'll see him early in the movie then? Because that seems to be kind of early in the movie, or at least like halfway.
I think that's halfway through the movie. I think we're gonna see for sure. We're gonna see Spider-Man in that scene.
Interesting, Cris.
I agree. It's definitely going to be at that point. That camera did not pan all the way through the entire side of Iron Man's side, so it's definitely Spider-Man's there. And there's a lot of trailers where they will show what's different from the film, like especially the Winter Soldier scene when they showed who was dead on the hospital bed. I don't know if I don't know if anyone listening hasn't seen the Winter Soldier, but in the trailer it showed the body was covered up, but in the movie the body was uncovered. So they're I think they're up to their old tricks again.
Yeah,
if I may say.
I don't remember if it's the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer or just the Avengers, but I saw one picture where the trailer didn't have either Thor or Vision, and then the movie did. So
Age of Ultron, same thing with the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the background.
That's the one I saw.
So that's an instance of just trying to save their main kind of. Because I think Spider-Man's going to be a heavy reason why a lot of people go to see this movie, to be honest. But that being said, a lot of people won't know if Spider-Man's in it unless they show it in the trailer.
Yeah,
Something Spider-Man. Right?
Unless you have a Twitter account, because then we know everything.
Well, yeah, Twitter, but I'm just saying like the general audience. Because, I mean, if you ask people their favorite superheroes, most of the time, you hear Batman, Captain America, Spider-Man, maybe Superman too. But that's normally it. So Spider-Man's a very big deal. But yeah, this was a really cool TV spot. I'm glad we saw it. Next, we have our X-Men Apocalypse Super Bowl TV spot. Josh, what did you think about this?
Oh, this was great. This X-Men Apocalypse was so good. That the X-Men Apocalypse trailer has really grown on me. But like that one line from the original trailer, "From the ashes we'll build a better one," is just I love it. But I thought this was great. This more shots of Apocalypse. I love this shot of Apocalypse choking Mystique, and then Psylocke, I think, when she cuts the cop car in half. Just great. Love it. Love that.
Yeah, what did you think about it, Chris?
Still no Wolverine.
Wolverine's not going to be in it. Oh.
I know. I'm just saying that's the only negative thing I have. But other than that, I mean, really great shots. And Psylocke, wow, just she's gonna nail it. What else is there? Because I wasn't huge on the X-Men trailer as much as I was for Civil War, but yeah, it definitely showed a whole lot. I didn't think we were gonna get a trailer. We were watching the Super Bowl at the other day, and then the Marvel label comes up. I'm like, we already saw Civil War, and then it starts showing the X-Men. I'm just the hype meter in the room was huge, so it's gonna be big.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't think this movie looks good at all. I just don't. But I'm the only person that thinks that, so I don't want to be the negative person. But
man, you're the host. You got to be as positive as possible. What are you doing?
I don't.
You gotta be a Christian.
I don't. I hate Jennifer Lawrence in this. She had the one line in the first trailer where they were the X-Men were like, we can't control our powers, and then she was like, then awful. Don't. I'm like, that's the worst line I've ever heard. That's so stupid. I don't know.
I can kind of agree with that, especially from this coming from the character that said the mutant and proud sort of deal. So that kind of contradicts with with X-Men First Class. But yeah, I can kind of see your frustration there.
I'll see the movie. I just don't care about the TVs. I just don't care about the trailers or anything going up to it, which is weird because normally I'm really excited. But I'll be honest, I've never been a big X-Men guy. I'm really excited for Deadpool, but I've never been a big X-Men guy.
I don't think Jennifer Lawrence is that good in this series anyway. Like, I thought
She's
she was
hot.
great in First Class, but I don't know. I'm not a Jennifer Lawrence fan. I just think
I think most people aren't now.
I just think she gives bad performances and mostly ever in.
Then she gets
did you see
nominated for Best
Mockingjay
Actress.
Too?
No, I didn't want. I'm not spending
awful.
money on that.
She was awful in it. Like, she was horrible, and this is from an Oscar-winning actress. It was horrible.
Yeah. So, our last few TV spots were both from Turkish Airlines, and we got a Gotham TV spot, which kind of showcased what Gotham is, and it implied that Gotham had faced hard times, and that is sort of trying to rebuild itself. We hear a line from Bruce Wayne saying, like, with grants provided by the Wayne Foundation, Gotham is now a better place to live, and it's like trying to influence you to go to Gotham. Then we also get a Metropolis one, where we hear kind of Lex Luthor doing the same thing that Bruce Wayne did in the Gotham one, but for Metropolis, saying this is a city that, the whole Superman Zod battle, the battle of Metropolis happened, and they're trying to build it up. And I'll just say first what I thought about these. I like the Bruce Wayne one more for Gotham, just because it showcased Ace Chemicals, and as most of us know, that is where the Joker got his origin story in The Killing Joke. He fell into that vat of chemicals, and I'm pretty sure that's how they're gonna go with the Suicide Squad Joker. So that was really cool. I thought it was really cool at the end where it showed the bat symbol up in the air. And then Metropolis, they didn't have any Superman except for him flying by, which was weird. But Lex Luthor, we can kind of see that he doesn't like Superman, and that he's not necessarily trying to do bad. He's just trying to build Metropolis back up, but in a weird way. He's holding that weird rubber ball, which I didn't get. But that's my opinions. Josh, what did you think of these two, and which did you prefer more?
I don't know which one I prefer more. I don't remember them both enough to just say which one was better. But I thought they were just great. Like, it was such a smart TV spot, because the Super Bowl was already over when this happened, or at least when I saw it, the Super Bowl.
It actually happened before the Super Bowl.
Okay, when I saw it and when I heard about it, like I was just watching the TV, like I had it still on after Super Bowl ended. I was like, oh, maybe there's something else, and then you just see them talk about, they're like, take a trip to Gotham, I'm like, oh my god, Batman v Superman stuff,
I
and
know, I saw that too.
it was great, and it was such a surprise. It was my favorite commercial of the night because of the surprise factor, and I really loved it. I don't know which one I prefer more, but I really love seeing Ace Chemicals. I thought that was cool. Jesse Eisenberg, Ben Affleck. I love how like into it they got too, like in the character, like they actually did this. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah. So Chris, what are your 2 cents on these?
Okay. I, you're talking to the same person who thought, we didn't really need any more advertisements for Batman versus Superman because the movie's next month. But I gotta say the trailers they were really smart. They weren't really showing anything new in the movie. I mean, they showed a little footage of Batman and Superman, looking at each other
I
before
think that was
they
just for
fight.
the. I think that was just for the ad, though.
Yeah, that was just for the ad. But concerning the whole Turkish Airlines commercial, I thought that was pretty funny with Ben Affleck doing his Bruce Wayne, saying, "Hey, we're welcome to Gotham," Turkish Airlines deal, and then you have Jesse Eisenberg, Lex doing, Mr. Good Guy. I'm rich, but at the same time I care, sort of persona. But that was a very, very smart TV spot. It really was.
Yeah, it was really different, sort of.
Yeah, you don't see TV spots for movies like that all the time. Just it's mostly just the trailer and that's it. But this one, it's like, "Hi, I'm Bruce Wayne. This is Gotham." Like, wait, is it Bruce Wayne Batman? Like, it just makes you, start, they're making you a part of their universe. Is the way I think the way I see it.
Yeah. I think my favorite single shot was the one of Bruce Wayne like looking over the skyline of Gotham. That was really cool. We see like Ace Chemicals building and just all of Gotham, which was very cool. So next, Fox greenlights a Deadpool sequel, and the writers and director are also expected to return. So The Hollywood Reporter has revealed that Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick have already signed up to return, and while director Tim Miller isn't attached just yet, Fox is hoping to bring him back in order to reunite the creative team who made this first installment such a hit with critics. So, Chris, obviously we haven't seen Deadpool yet, but the word of mouth has seemed to be overwhelmingly positive. Like, it's a A+ movie for a lot of people. Is this a surprise they're going to get a sequel at all?
Well, honestly, I don't know how to predict sequels when you have a big star headlining the movie, especially with Ryan Reynolds, because you don't see his name on a lot of sequels or any.
I just think this is a different character for him, though. Like, this
it's a different character.
His passion.
But concerning it with it getting a sequel, I think that's amazing because the movie's been out for critics and others and such to see it. It's out in the United Kingdom right now, I believe.
It's been out
it's out there. My friend texted me about it earlier, and it's the fact it's getting this much positivity already is just amazing. They got the sequel hooked up. They're bringing back the original people. The two writers, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, are the screenwriters from Zombieland. So that's very good that they got them on Deadpool. So obviously it's hilarious, and I'm glad well, actually, I can't really be glad if the sequel is happening yet. I want to see it before I say I want a sequel. But the fact that it's getting this much positive output, that is just that makes me happy.
Yeah. So Josh, are you excited for a sequel, or are you not expecting it, or what?
I'm the same. I was expecting this. After all the positive buzz like I was hearing, I've expected this, so I'm not shocked at all. I'm really happy that it's getting a sequel, just like, because it's like, how about if we loved it so much and it didn't get a sequel? Like, I want to see another one. So, yeah, it was great. It's great news. It's nothing like, I can't wait to see the movie. I'm so excited. I'm seeing it tomorrow night. Can't wait.
All right.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, like they said, nothing really there. It's definitely a good sign that they've already greenlit a sequel, reportedly, considering the movie still hasn't even been let out to the general audience. I don't know if that's ever happened before. Like, if they... Like, obviously movies have plans for, like, a trilogy, but if it's just a standalone movie and they don't have plans for another, and then immediately they're like, we're doing another one, and the movie hasn't even come out, that's pretty good. That's the anti-Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So next, sorry, what?
Fantastic Four was awful. That's a horrible movie.
So next, James Gunn confirms that there actually is no Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So James Gunn confirms this. So back in December of last year, Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige made a comment which certainly seemed to suggest that Thanos was not going to be in Guardians Volume 2. He said, I wouldn't look too hard in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 for Thanos. Of course, with any Marvel Studio film, there are usually multiple drafts of the script, so things can always change with revisions. However, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 director James Gunn has now also confirmed that there is no Thanos for the film, while elaborating on a reason why. In response to a fan on Facebook asking if there would actually be more Thanos in the sequel than in the past, Gunn responded, "No, he's not in the film." Gunn also added, "There is no sadness. I chose a story to tell Volume 2 because it's a story I wanted to tell. It just happens to not include Thanos, and I've answered honestly because I answered it before." So, no Thanos reportedly for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Chris, are you let down at all?
No, not at all. Because last week on the show we were talking about do we think Thanos is going to be in Guardians 2, and I'm very glad that he's not, because that sort of brings in a possibility for him to appear in Civil War, like the whole prediction thing we had going last week. But with him not being in Guardians 2, I think that's great, because James Gunn, he tweeted earlier that this is his movie. It's going to be the way he wants to do it. So it's a very good sign, because pretty much the studios are not going to be, having a full hand in the movie. It's going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy 1. It's going to be like, James Gunn is going to do it the way he wants to do it. There's going to be some studio cooperation, but not a whole lot. But the fact that they're going to go with James Gunn and not having Thanos in here shows that there's not going to be too much studio participation in it, which I'm very, very anxious to see now, because I love seeing James Gunn do his work when he doesn't have a whole lot of studio work in.
Yeah. So Josh, were you expecting Thanos, and what are your thoughts?
I mean, I thought Thanos would be in it, but I don't really care. It's not like a big deal to me. Like, by that time when this movie comes out, we're only gonna have less than a year till Infinity War. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it'd be cool if Thanos was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, just because he was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. But as long as it's a good story, most people won't even care. It'll probably be an afterthought. But yeah, so just James Gunn confirmed basically that there will be no Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So next, The Flash movie release date gets bumped up. It looks like Ezra Miller's The Flash will speed in the theaters sooner than expected. According to Exhibitor Relations, Warner Bros. Just moved a DC Comics movie from March 23rd, 2018 to a week earlier, March 16th, 2018. Since The Flash was scheduled for a March 2018 release, with Aquaman coming in July later that year, it's safe to assume that The Flash that's taking the new March 16th, 2018 release date. March could prove to be a popular month for Warner Bros. And DC Comics, with Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice hitting theaters just next month on March 25th. So, Josh, I know this isn't a big release date, but are you content with March kind of being the December that... So, December is kind of the Star Wars month now. Would you be fine with March sort of being the DC month now?
Yeah, definitely. I love it. I love that March, because it doesn't feel so late, but it doesn't feel early in the year. It's the perfect time after we get all the awful movies from January and some that are awful in February. We get the great DC movies, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
And are you excited for the Flash movie?
Yeah, I can't wait, but I'm not as excited for the Flash as I am for I think every other movie, just because we have the show.
I know. So, it's the same origin for Barry Allen.
Yeah, I would be a lot more excited if this was Wonder Woman's pushed up, or you know what I mean. Just if Aquaman was pushed up, I would be a lot more enthusiastic. But the Flash, and we have him on TV already, so
yeah. So Chris, what is your excitement level for the Flash?
Like Josh said, we have the TV show right now, so I can tell you right now, we're not the only people that are not as excited for the Flash movie, but the day that they release the first trailer for the movie, maybe, or the second, because usually the first trailer is a teaser, but the trailers are going to start rolling in, and it's going to, we're going to be eating our word, because, the Warner Brothers, DC, they know what they're doing. They're not going to make it a complete copy of the CW show.
Yeah.
I guarantee that.
Well,
and
sorry,
go ahead.
Just
Okay.
what Jeff Johns said during the DC's, whatever that special on CW was, he basically told us that Barry Allen, played by Ezra Miller, his mom died, and that he's become a forensic scientist to try to get his dad out of jail for his whole life. So, I mean, just that kind of rundown of what the plot isn't interesting to me. But I still love The Flash, but, like, he kind of confirmed it's just the same thing that we took a season to watch.
The thing that's tricky with these comic book movies is they can't change too much of the character's origin story, because then you got a bunch of pissed off fanboys, fangirls that are going to be just sending hate mail, hate tweets about why'd you change this, blah blah blah. So obviously they're going to keep most of the origin intact, but it's still going to be different in a way. But yeah, just remaking a comic book movie is tricky, especially when the movie you're making has a TV show running right now and will be running for a while.
Well, I just think they could have gone with a different Flash. I mean, you could have gone with Wally West. You could have gone with Jay Garrick. Maybe that wouldn't have worked very well, but there's a lot of possibilities where it's kind of just disappointing they had to go with the Barry Allen route, just because we've seen that, and they could have gone something else. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Ezra Miller does. I'll just say it. He looks weird in the mask, though, kind of. Like, his jaw is just different.
Well, that's all concept art, so I mean, it could look better when he's actually like in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see come Batman v Superman.
I don't think we'll see him in the suit.
I think we for sure will.
But
I think we will.
If the movie is explaining his origin, then they would explain how he got the suit, and they would do it in like now, not flashback.
The origin could be, the movie could take place before the Justice League stuff. There's always that possibility.
I mean, because Justice League does come out before this Flash comes out, so we have to. I feel like we will see I really feel like we'll see the origin story of the Flash. Like, we'll see it in the movie, but I don't think when Justice League comes around, I don't think we're gonna see like anyone's origin story except for like Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman.
Oh no, there's gonna be no origin stories whatsoever for Justice League.
I think you'll see.
I don't think so.
Maybe Green Lantern.
I don't think Green Lantern is going to be in the first.
He's not set. Yeah, he's not set for Justice League.
I think Justice League Part 2 he'll be in.
Yeah, because Green Lantern Corps coming out 2020. So Justice League, who knows? But yeah, Justice League for Justice League Part 1, definitely no Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm. So next, reportedly a new and final Batman v Superman trailer is coming soon. So all signs point to the new trailer being attached to Deadpool this weekend. Look for it to be released online shortly. And then Alberta Film Classified they rated the trailer, and it clocks in at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. With 3 full trailers already released, this will likely be the final trailer before Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice hits theaters March 25th. The Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice social media accounts also updated with a new banner picture above. It gives us a cool new look at Ben Affleck's Batman. So, are either of you going to do a holdout on the trailer?
I don't really care that there's a new trailer. I don't want a new trailer. We've seen enough footage. Like, I'm excited. I'm, like, super excited for this movie. I just don't want to see any more footage. I'm just excited for the movie. We got, like, how long do we have left? Less than a month or a month?
We have 1 month and about 17 days, 15 days.
Right.
I don't know.
So yeah, so I'm excited. I can't wait. Like, I don't think we need to see any more footage. Like, of course I'm gonna watch it and be like so excited, but I just don't think we need it.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, same. I don't want any more footage. I'm honestly not gonna watch the trailer. I will ask some people if it's spoiler heavy. Like
I doubt it will be. Just with all the feedback.
Same thing. But I mean, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. There's going to be some new stuff in there.
I think they're going to showcase Wonder Woman more.
Oh, okay. If that was the case, then I may watch it. Oh, there's just there's so many possibilities. There could be more footage that's good. There could be more footage that's spoilery, but then there could be the footage that Zack Snyder wants you to see before you see the movie. But it's I don't know. We'll have to wait come the trailer.
Yeah, I think they'll just. I mean, honestly, they'll probably just get a little bit more Batman in there, sort of like explaining what is going on with Batman, why he came out of retirement, and then probably just some new Wonder Woman stuff. Maybe you get your first look as Ezra Miller's Flash, or just Ezra Miller in it as Barry Allen. Maybe you get your first look as Jason Momoa. Yeah, just like
See that
like
in
a
the
quick
trailer.
shot.
I don't want to see that in the trailer. That's gonna, like, got so mad when you saw Doomsday. That's gonna get me mad if
Well,
you see.
but you didn't know Doomsday was in the movie.
I mean, I knew he
Yeah,
was.
because you read the spoilers, but they already. I mean, they said that Barry Allen and Arthur Curry are going to be in the movie.
I mean,
So,
I just don't think we should see them. Like, 'cause
I'm just
I think
saying what they could do that's new that wouldn't piss people off completely.
I know, it's just like Doomsday. You didn't know he was in the movie. I knew he was in the movie, but a lot of people didn't, and I just think I was fine with it because I don't think that's a huge thing. Just from what I've heard, I don't think it's that big of a deal that he's in there. But I think, and I thought he looked pretty good. But I think just something like showing a Justice League member that's not Wonder Woman is just gonna really gonna make me mad because like Wonder Woman's not a big deal because she's a big part of this movie. I just think everyone else is going to be little parts, and I want to wait for the movie to see them.
Okay, so next we have Zack Snyder talking about Man of Steel, and he said, "If you're a comic book fan, you know I didn't change Superman." So Snyder revealed that on the Hall of Justice podcast, I think, that Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice is about 99.9% done. They're just waiting for some final 3D shots to come in and get approved. He also explained that fans won't need to see Man of Steel before they see the sequel, and he thinks of it more as a prequel to the Justice League movie. Snyder also addressed the criticism of Man of Steel, which had a darker take on a Superman, and even showed him killing one of his enemies. Quote, people are always like, you changed Superman, Snyder explained. If you're a comic book fan, you know that I didn't change Superman. If you know the true canon, you know that I didn't change Superman. If you're a fan of the old movies, yeah, I changed them a bit. Snyder also argued that having a TV and movie universe separate is a very good idea for the fans. Quote, as opposed to trying to shoehorn all of these storylines in a single universe, little shot at Marvel, we let the characters exist in a multiverse, and therefore it's a lot more fun and a lot more value for the audience. They get to see their favorite and most beloved characters on different adventures at the same time, in different adventures, and it really makes the meal a lot richer and a lot more fun. We get to go with these guys on all different directions, and I think that's a real joy of what we're trying to do over here at DC. So, Cris, just kind of what Zack Snyder said first, do you think he kind of changed Superman from, our perceived Superman? Preconceived, sorry.
See, you guys are going to get mad at me. I haven't even seen the original Superman movies yet.
Really?
But, yeah, no, really, I haven't. I haven't even seen... I haven't even seen the Tim Burton Batman movie. I saw Batman Returns, but I haven't finished the 1989 version. Like I know what happens. I've seen clips, but I just haven't watched as a whole. But
Really?
I haven't seen the old Superman movies either.
No, the more so the Batman movie.
I watched it in different clips. Like there's some movies I watched when I was really little and I never finished, and the 1989 Batman being one of them.
I don't like
Born
that movie.
Identity being one of them. Ocean's 11 being one. It's just it's happened a few times. But I with all these movies though, I do know what happens. I know, everything, who's in them, blah blah blah, who becomes what. I know everything about it. Just I have not sat down and watched Batman 1989 as an entire whole. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But concerning with with Zack Snyder saying the DC TV and movie universes should be separate. I've been saying this for a long time. It's awesome because we get to have two different Justice Leagues and two different Legions of Doom. There'll be a different lineup on the movie team, and there's a different lineup on the TV show team. Like on one side you have Green Arrow, the Flash, and then these B team guys teaming up, but they're actually being A teamers because there's not really anybody else that's an A team right now. And in the movie universe, you have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all the A teamers, but at the same time, you still want to see some of the B team because of how good they're doing on the TV show. But yeah, it's really awesome that he used that multiverse example. I thought that was amazing. And if there's one final note I have, is that I want Constantine back, please.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll see Constantine in the TV universe again.
I want him in the movie universe. I want Matt Ryan back. I want some of the original people back. I want Harold Perrineau back as that angel. I want Matt Ryan back as Constantine.
I want
right?
Matt Ryan too. Matt
Ryan is a freaking beast.
Like, I didn't love the Constantine show, but I loved Matt Ryan as Constantine. He's the perfect Constantine.
And that's what's so cool about the TV universe is you can hire these nobodies that no one has ever heard of before, and then you put them as the role, and then they come out perfect. Like, because if you hire a famous person to play every single superhero role, or every once in a while you're gonna get, he reminds me too much of himself. Like with Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck as Batman and Superman, they did not get that because when we see Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck as their roles, we don't see them as their actor roles. I mean, Henry Cavill, we didn't see him in much, so we see him as Superman. But Ben Affleck, there was a little bit of a roll of the dice there. But then when you see him with the unmasked picture, the really iconic one, then you see, you don't see Ben Affleck, man. You see like a really dark and gritty Bruce Wayne Batman. But
you could argue that Lex Luthor was a little too. I
didn't know what to think of the Lex Luthor one at first, and that was the only casting where I went, okay, what? But then we start seeing the trailers where he's a little messed up in the head, but still is all right. And then you see the other pictures where he has the shaved head, and then you're like, all right, they know what they're doing, It's just so yeah. But movie universe, they're gonna hire the A-list guys to be cast, and then sometimes you're gonna say, no, I don't like this. But with the TV show, you could hire a nobody, and then off the spot you might know this is the guy, this is the girl, this is who we need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Josh, what do you think?
I mean, I love the comments he makes. I think he has a point. He didn't change Superman at all. I thought Man of Steel was a good movie, not great. I thought he did, I'll save my thoughts because I know we'll review it eventually on this show, but I thought it was a good movie, just not great. I thought there was, not enough character development with Superman, but besides that, I mean, I think he didn't change Superman, so I like his comments. You already mentioned the other comments he makes, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think having the TV universe and the movie universe separate is a good idea. But they also, I mean, we'll talk about Flash next. They introduced this theory of a multiverse where the movie universe could be, say, Earth 4, and the TV universe could be, say, Earth 1. And then if that doesn't make a lot of sense, that's all right. It's kind of confusing a little bit. But basically, there's an infinite number of parallel worlds where different people have different outcomes.
No, there's an infinite.
Oh, not infinite. How many are there?
It's infinite, but for as long as we know. But I love the reference in Flash where they're there's 52 universes.
Why'd you say it wasn't infinite then?
New 52. Love that reference.
Okay.
But I mean, I love that the TV universe is separate from the movie universe. I just think that's great too, because they can, exactly like Chris said, they could have characters like the Flash on both sides or Green Arrow on both TV and movies. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I was saying, they could definitely introduce the idea where, I mean, you put the Flash from the movies in the Flash in the TV show, or vice versa. You could always, you have that card if you want to use it, but you're not you don't have to make everything tie in like the Marvel universe, right? It is right now, because we have Agents of Shield. It's all in the same universe as everything that's happening in the movies. But I will say Daredevil and Jessica Jones do a good job of separating themselves from the movies, but that's kind of the exception to everything. So that is all the news we're going to talk about this week. Now we're going to go into our reviews of The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. So if you haven't seen the episodes, don't just end the show now, because we're going to talk about spoilers, just because Flash was a very big episode that we want to talk about now, and we're going to talk about episode 3 of Legends of Tomorrow. So, thank you for listening if you are going to end now, and we'll be back next week, same time. So thank you. See you then. So
And if you're part of hashtag Team Cris, you're going to stay here and enjoy the spoilers, okay? Because it's your fault you didn't watch these shows. Thank you.
Yeah. So last night we got The Flash Season 2, Episode 13, Welcome to Earth 2. So basically what happened in this episode, if you all have seen it, if you're still here. So Barry, Cisco, and Henry, or Harrison, all go to Earth 2 to try to get Zoom and try to get Harrison's daughter out of Zoom's captive and everything. And they encounter their Earth 2 doppelgangers a lot. You know, we see Barry from Earth 2. We see Deathstorm, is that his name?
Deathstorm, Ronnie Raymond, and then Caitlin Snow,
Yeah.
Killer Frost.
Yeah, so Killer Frost and Deathstorm, we see them, which is kind of cool. Then we see, what was Cisco's doppelganger?
He was the
Reaper.
anti. What was his name?
It was like Reaper or something.
Oh, Reaver. His name was Reaver.
Reaver.
He had the same exact powers as Cisco in the other universe had, but he was way more advanced in how he was using them. So like he was doing this little power, where even Cisco was like, wait, I can do that. Like he's way more proficient in what he has. Is pretty much the way to say it.
Yeah, and then I mean we also see Deadshot in Earth 2, which was really funny because, you know, Barry goes up and says Deadshot, and he's like, that's not funny. I'm the worst shot in the whole team, man. Stop talking to me about that. And I was like, that's a really funny.
That was hilarious.
And then Iris West is a badass in this universe, and she's not like kind of clingy and annoying. I'm not saying she's annoying, but she's more independent. But then we see, you know, the relationship between Joe and Barry on Earth 2, where
Joe was a dick.
Yeah, so Joe was a singer at whatever the coffee shop was on Earth 2, and Barry and Joe kind of had this negative relationship because what they explained was Barry went to college to study forensic science, but they needed money for that, so Iris enlisted in the police academy, and in order to pay for Barry's tuition, she became a police officer. So Joe is very upset about that because he put her daughter in danger for his own goals. And Earth 2 Barry Allen is very selfish. But, yeah, so that's basically what happened. And, you know, they encountered Deathstorm and Killer Frost, and then whatever Cisco's Earth 2 is. But,
Reaver.
Yeah, Josh, what was your favorite part about this episode?
First off, right off the top, like, this is my favorite episode of the season. This is my favorite episode of season 2 so far, and one of the best Flash episodes. I love seeing them go to Earth 2. Like, this is what we've wanted to see them. We wanted to see them go to Earth 2, and so I love, like, first off, them going through the timeline. Like, when you see them go,
we're gonna get into that later. Hold on.
Okay, all right, I'll wait for that. Yeah. But that was cool. I love seeing that stuff. I thought just all the references, like throughout the episode, I was writing, like, I have a Word document of every single difference, like, or the differences I noticed from Earth 1 to Earth 2, just because I was like, I'm gonna forget all of them. One of the biggest ones was Captain Cold was the mayor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Citizen's Cold is his name, right? Citizen Cold.
Oh, they didn't say that, but
well,
like,
that's what Mayor Snart.
Yeah, Mayor Snart's what they said, but I think it's like a Citizen Cold comic or something. I don't know.
Reference. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that. Mayor Snart, that was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, there's little things like that. Like, I love the one from a while ago with Oliver's not even the Arrow. It's Oliver's dad was the Arrow, and Oliver died. And
he's like missing an arm, right?
That was great, but yeah, this was a great episode. Love seeing Caitlin as Killer Frost. Like, that's what I wanted to see that. Deathstorm was freaking awesome. Like, I love Ronnie, like, as a Firestorm, but I think Ronnie's probably a better Deathstorm than he was Firestorm. So, I love it. I just hate how they died, or how, like, the two Deathstorm died, because I would have loved to see him some more, but it was cool. Good episode. Great episode.
So, Chris, what is your take on this episode?
All right, I'm going to try and wrap this as quick as possible. So, okay, yeah, obviously this is the best episode this season by far. And, you know, just as it's starting, you know, they're closing up the rifts, they're closing up everything. It's like, all right, we're really going to Earth 2. This is happening. We didn't lie to you in the trailers. We're actually going to go to Earth 2, and we're gonna do this. And then the second they jump in, it's well, yeah, sorry, we're gonna do the riffs later. But what can I talk about? That's not the riffs, because the riffs were like the best part of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. So, yeah, they go to the Earth 2, and you see the original contendant who was candidate who was supposed to be Firestorm. I don't remember his name, but he was supposed to be. He was going to be the Firestorm, but then
doctor.
It didn't work. Whatcha?
He was he was like a science teacher, I think, in Earth 1.
Yeah, he was the scientist guy, and then he was supposed to be the Firestorm they wanted, but then he didn't have the right capabilities to do with it, and then he was a real dick about it, and he's like, I'm going home, I'm gonna be a bitch about it. But then there was a little side effect. He gets the powers, and he just starts doing evil crap with them because he's a dick. And then in this one, he's like, "Hey, hello, Harrison Wells," handshake, and then the Cisco and Barry just like wide-eyed, jaw-dropping, like, he's a good guy. He's not trying to kill us. What's going on? I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome. So then that just brings you the possibility. Okay, what else is different here? Because already Harrison Wells is not Eobor Thawne. He's Harrison Wells, and this guy is a good guy. What else has changed? And then you see Barry Allen on the news. He's wearing the nerd goggles. He's got the really nerdy looking outfit, and then it's just amazing how much was different here compared to what was on Earth 1. And then with Joe and Barry's tension towards each other, you don't get to see the original Earth 2 Barry's tension towards Earth 2 Joe, because he's unconscious and all, but even Iris said that Barry wasn't it wasn't very fond of her dad either, especially when they were in the same room together. But I think mostly the tension was also not just because of him marrying Iris and then putting Iris being a cop while he went to go do schooling. Remember, his parents are not dead. They are, they're.
Oh, that was a hard moment to watch.
Oh my god, yeah. Who didn't tear? Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mommy Allen is not dead. Daddy Allen's not in prison. So with that means Barry didn't go to live with Joe or Iris when he was still a kid.
Yeah.
Which means Joe didn't have the years to, bond with him, make him food, take him to baseball games. He didn't have that. Okay, so he was just like the neighbor across the street.
Yeah,
so
and
it'd be, and where Earth 1 Joe was like, yeah, go talk to Iris. I like you better than Eddie. Please just do something. Like, they're just complete opposites. It's just amazing how different these two Earths are. It's just an amazing, and also the references, like Leonard Snart being the mayor, and the telephone. I don't know if we're gonna show a pic of the telephone or talk about that later on. But the telephone,
you stole
where
my
it shows
freaking point.
Yeah, dude, and also that's gonna be interesting for next week because it's obvious that Barry knows the Justice League of Earth 2.
Well, they're probably not the Justice League. They're probably just his friends.
Well, probably. I mean, but how many people have a telephone that says Bruce, Hal, Diana?
I honestly think that was just fan service.
It could have been, but fan service. It could have been Easter egg.
Real.
Okay. So my favorite part, because we're kind of getting long, I need to cut it short. But definitely that phone was really cool. My favorite moment in the episode was when Cisco was talking to Reverb, and then he was like, "Are you Cloud City Vadering me?" And I was like, "Yeah, yes, you know what's up, Cisco. Keeping on with the best Cisco moments." But yeah, great episode. Now let's talk about as quickly as we can. So like they showed when they went to Earth 2, they traveled in this multiverse, right? Or I don't know what it's called, but they showed like pictures of what was going on. So first we see a picture of John Wesley Schnipp, I think that's his name, as the Flash. So what'd you guys think of that?
That was great. It was. I mean, at first I was looking at it. I thought, oh, is that a different Flash? Is that a different multiverse Flash I missed? But then you look closely and he looks older. I'm like, oh, that's That's John Wesley's ship. That's the original. They're sending their praise to the original Flash show. I thought that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. It was cool fan service, I thought.
Yeah, and then next is that the Arrow, but without the arm. Who is that?
You
I
see,
think that's Smallville.
it could be. It could. I can't tell if it's because at first when I saw it, I'm like, okay, that's the Earth 2 Arrow somewhere. But then I look closely, and it looks like. I swear, if you look closely enough, it looks like he has a silver arm, like a sort of Winter Soldier deal. Yeah, exactly. It looks like he's got a different arm. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's Oliver Queen, and in our future, like Earth 1 future, because of the whole Legends of Tomorrow reference we got a while ago, where they said they put out word that they're gonna go to the future and visit future Oliver Queen, where he has no arm. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is a hint towards they give Green Arrow a robot arm. So. Really, it's that's what I think it is.
Mm-hmm. So next, Chris, you put this in. I have no idea what this is.
Jonah Hex.
Yeah, that's Jonah Hex.
Can you explain who that is?
Oh man, Josh, do you know enough about him? Because all I know is that he's like, what? Do you know anything?
Not enough to I know he's like a cowboy or something. I don't know.
Okay, I've read a few of the New 52 All-Star Western issues. This dude is the most badass Western gunslinger since Clint Eastwood and John Wayne's characters in the Old West movies. I'm a big Old West fan, and this dude, he knows what he's doing. I did not see the Jonah Hex movie out of fear of being heartbroken. Awful. Yeah, right, awful.
Yeah.
And,
keep going.
Okay, but bottom line, Jonah Hex, badass dude. The fact that they put the little hint in there is amazing. Can't wait to see him in Legends of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him in Legend Tomorrow. I just think it's an awesome Easter egg, a little thing. It was like, oh, it's Jonah Hex.
No, at first when I saw that, I thought that was the guy that kills Bruce Wayne's parents in the alley, and I'm like, wait, why is he wearing a hat? And I rewind. I see the side of his cheek is torn off. I'm like, oh, nope, that's Jonah.
Most of them I knew who they were. Right when I saw them, I was like, oh, John Wesley Shipp, oh, Green Arrow, there's Jonah Hex. I knew who most of them were when I saw them.
Jonah
Except
Hex.
for the ring, the next one we're going to talk about.
Oh, this one. Okay. At first, I did not know what the hell that was. Okay, when I saw it, it looked crazy familiar. So I texted my boy. I texted Morgan. Morgan's a big fan of this stuff. I texted him, like, hey, man, what was that? And he's like, oh, Chris, that's the Legion ring. And then the Legion ring is Legion, the Legion of Superheroes, is a team 1,000 years into the future, the 31st century, and they're the Justice League of the future. So that Legion ring is a time-traveling ring. They were in an episode of Smallville. That's where I'd seen it. But the team consists of different people. It has Superman in the future because, Superman doesn't really age, but I don't know if that concerns the CW universe. But, yeah, that is the Legion of Superheroes reference, and that's mostly towards Legends of Tomorrow. But that is a huge comic reference.
Yeah.
So, and then last we have Supergirl. We obviously heard that they're going to be doing the crossover between... so the Flash is going to go to... What's her... National City, right?
I don't care.
National City, and so the Flash is going to be on an episode of Supergirl. So this kind of showed, just what's to come a little bit.
Ugh, I hate that she's going
to... Dude, please stop being negative about this.
I was staying silent just to hear what he was going to say, man.
I hate
the second.
We know you hate it, Josh.
I was watching this episode yesterday. First thing I said is Josh is going to rant this tomorrow. I can't wait.
I'm not gonna rant the. I love that they had it. I think it's still cool. Even if they didn't announce the crossover, I still think it's awesome that she's there. But in the thing, just because it's oh, it's another Earth. Of course she's from another Earth. I wouldn't have complained if we saw robot armor Batman from the movies. If we saw him there, I would have been so happy. I would have been like, oh, cool, because he's a different Earth.
Robot armor.
What?
Robot armor.
The big armor he wears, I don't know what it's called, the one he wears to fight Superman.
Well, they're not going to do anything regarding the movie in that.
No, I'm just saying.
You never know. You never know.
I was just giving an example, just because that's another Earth. So if that was there, okay, I would have been cool with that too. But it's just, I think Supergirl, it's cool that she was there. I just hate the concept that they're going to have a crossover. I just hate it so much.
We know.
I mean, you guys, if you watched last week's podcast, you know I hate it. It's
And
awful.
you haven't even seen all the episodes, so you can't even really judge it.
Yeah, I can.
Because people have said every episode gets better, and that
Yeah,
it's
but
actually starting to get good.
I watched it up to 2 weeks ago. I stopped 2 weeks ago, and everyone was like, when 2 weeks ago that episode, everyone's like, "This is amazing. This is such a good episode." I'm like, "What are you guys talking about? This is awful."
Yeah. All right. So now we got to go on to our Legends of Tomorrow episode 3 Blood Ties review. So, Chris, what do you think about this episode?
I thought it was good. This is like I said last week. With the first 2 episodes, you couldn't really tell who the main character was, and it's going to change up to see people's stories, so you can see. So someone's going to get like more story, while someone else isn't. He's going to be more supporting and all that. And this episode, Blood Ties, was a prime example of that. We've got Leonard Snart, Mick Rory, and Jax going to in the 70s Central City, and Leonard, Captain Cold says, "Guys, we're gonna go steal something, blah blah blah." But he doesn't tell you where they're going. Then he's going there, and it's an agenda that bottom line, he's trying to stop something from happening, so him and his sister can have a better life when they were kids. And so you get an idea of Leonard Snart's character there, why he's doing what he's doing, and then. With Mick Rory, Heatwave, and Jax Firestorm being the supporting roles in that. And then on the other side, you have Sarah Lance and Rip Hunter, and they're going to find the. I'm sorry. This is a. What were Rip Hunter and Sarah doing again?
They had to go to that
It's been a
bank
long-
so that they could figure it so that they could take Vandal Savage's money, because that's the only thing that helps them.
Yes, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, and then you get Rip Hunter being the supporting role of that side of the story, and then Sarah having her. Actually, no, they both had kind of had a neutral supporting at one point, and then being the prime story in another. Because there will be times where you see Rip Hunter, the flashback of him traveling all the way back to ancient Egypt to kill Savage, and then there's another part where Sarah's talking about her bloodlust. But it changes up at the same. But it's so cool that they can change it up like this. Some characters are gonna have a story, some characters aren't, but some characters are, it's just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, this was a good episode. I liked the fight choreography. I liked that. I liked the whole Leonard Snart meeting his past self and his future dad, trying to make a better life for his younger self and his sister. But in the end, it didn't work out. But it was a good gesture.
Yeah. So Josh, what did you think about this?
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it was really cool to. I thought it was really really good episode. I didn't really care about the other storylines in this episode. The one I loved the most was the Leonard Snart one, and how the whole scene where he goes in the house is just such an amazing scene. Love that. Besides that, the episode was good. It wasn't great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's that scene with Captain Cold where he was like, "Don't ever let anyone hurt you." I mean, that was very well done. I'll be honest, but yeah, just the whole kind of mentality that this man can go back in time and try to fix what wronged him, but time won't let it happen. I don't know. I just think that that's a really cool theme. But I'm not the biggest Vandal Savage fan, but I definitely thought the stuff with White Canary, right? That's her name. Sorry. The fact that she was in the Lazarus pit and came back, she has this desire to kill. I think that really is a good explanation of what the Lazarus pit does to you. And Rip Hunter called her kind of a monster, and their relationship back and forth was really cool. It was really cool how she recognized that those people at the bank were Vandal Savage's workers, because they had they had the little cut over their ears, which was cool. And yeah, I think. Sorry, this episode came out like a week ago.
Yeah, I don't really remember it that much either.
Stern, or who's the doctor?
Stein.
I think he's definitely kind of the anchor of this show. Just like he's anchoring, not that he's the main character, but I mean, we saw his relationship with the Atom. That was very crucial. They had to go into Hawkgirl's blood and kind of take the pieces of knife or of the blade out, and he kind of got the Atom through that, because he kind of had to talk him into it. And then, last week we got the whole episode with him. So, yeah, this episode's really good. I'm really pleasantly surprised with this series because I really honestly didn't have a lot of desire to see it before, of course I'm going to see it because I don't have anything else to do, but it's not like I wanted them to make a Legends of Tomorrow show. I didn't know what Legends of Tomorrow was before the show, but definitely pleasantly surprised with it. So that is our reviews of the TV superhero. We're not going to review Gotham and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just because most of us, I don't know if any of you guys watch those.
I watch Arrow, Gotham
Arrow,
isn't on until a couple weeks from now.
Yeah. So we're going to go, if you guys don't want to hear us, the movie we're going to talk about at the end mainly isn't highly regarded amongst fans. And we're going to talk about, because Deadpool comes out tomorrow, and what is the only movie Deadpool has been in? X-Men Origins Wolverine. So the director, Gavin Hood, and it stars Hugh Jackman, Liev Schreiber, and Ryan Reynolds mainly. And, kind of the origin story of Wolverine. I don't want to make this really negative just because I don't think that's good. But what were you guys' positives about this movie?
Josh, you might want to go first.
Oh, what's positive about X-Men Origins? The first 20 minutes, I love the whole opening action scene is great. I think it's choreography is amazing. Like, the action scenes look great. I thought the characters were great. For the first 20 minutes of this movie, I was like, wow, we're in for a great ride. This is going to be such an amazing movie. And everything else I hate. So, yeah.
Wow. Let's see. So I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I didn't hate it. I thought probably the best part of the episode or the movie was, that little back and forth in the elevator when they were all going up. I don't remember why they were going in the elevator, but we got Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool before he was in the suit. We kind of just got him just being that merc with the mouth a little bit. And then, people don't like the whole Deadpool got his mouth sewn closed, and that was stupid. But I didn't hate the movie. I'm definitely really excited to see this new version, like a different version of Deadpool, and I'm really glad that Fox really isn't taking continuity really into a big context with their X-Men movies, just because how could they have a new Deadpool if that Deadpool was existent? But definitely not it's not horrendous, but it's not a very good movie. Do you guys agree?
It's not good.
Yeah. All right. What else do you guys want to say about it?
It's just an awful movie. Like, I think after the first 20 minutes, the characters are bad, the story is bad, the CGI is bad. Why would they sew the merc with the mouth? Why would they sew his mouth shut? That's just stupid. Who came up with that idea? I want to be in a writer's room. I want to be in that writer's room where they came up with that.
I was watching this YouTube video, that was with the bonus content or whatever, and they were saying, well, we needed to make this Deadpool's mouth sewn shut because I think that would have a very good effect with the character. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And they acted like they were making this brilliant movie. I'm like, no. It's sort of like the making of the Phantom Menace. George Lucas was like, well, this Jar Jar guy, he's really going to help the kids out. He's really going to be that comic relief that we need. It's like, no, a character stepping in poop isn't comic relief. That's comic vomit. But
and then just another thing is that part when he just that giant knife comes out of his that giant claw comes out of his
he became Wolverine.
It's how does he move his elbow? How does that go back in? It just doesn't make any sense. It's it's ridiculous. It's not good. I just hate X-Men Origins. I just think it's an awful movie, and I can't wait to hear some jokes about it tomorrow during Deadpool. When I see Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
So Deadpool's tomorrow. We'll definitely get a review out that next week. But I think that'll wrap it up. So thanks for listening. You guys can come back Saturday probably and listen to the Force Talk podcast, where that's a Star Wars show. And I'd like to thank Cris for coming on. So Cris, where can people find you on social media?
Find me on Twitter and Snapchat at FunnyGuyCris, and that's funny FUNNY guy GUY, and then Cris CRIS, no H in Chris.
Mm-hmm. And then Josh, where can people find you on social media?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Joshua7520 and on YouTube, Grandmoff Josh.
Yeah. So you guys are listening to my channel, so subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at the Treyinator, and that'll pretty much do it. So peace out.